everybody, and welcome to another video from Tops Knives. Today we are going to be talking about new stuff. We got a lot of new things for this year, plenty of stuff that we debuted at SHOT Show, some stuff that's that we've debuted in even before that just hasn't been released yet, and we want to talk to you guys about that stuff first. However, first I'm going to start with some bad news. The R2K prototype that we were working on has been nixed. That knife is not going to be made by us. There's no issue between us and the designer or anything like that. There's an outside issue that has nothing to do with us, but we couldn't in good faith make that knife. So that's all we're going to say about that. The people that need to know what's going on know. And what I do want to talk to you about today is all the good stuff that is coming. So first of all, we have the Silent Hero 4, basically a miniature version of the Silent Hero that we've been making for about 7, maybe 8 years. The Silent Hero has been very popular for us, and the Silent Hero 4 appears to be going in that same direction. We're gonna sell a lot of these. It's gonna be very popular. It's gonna be an awesome knife. I'm definitely getting one of these. I really like it. So Silent Hero 4, basically meaning that's roughly a 4-inch blade. This is thinner than the full-sized Silent Hero. It's still $10.95. However, instead of the black river wash, we're going to be doing a Cerakote finish that's called Sniper Gray. It's a really dark gray, almost black, got a little bit of like a blue tint to it, but it looks great. It's a really good looking finish. Black canvas micarta handles. It's going to take a Kydex sheath. This will actually be the next release from Tops Knives. It's coming very, very soon. Next up, just a few more knives that are close to production, or at least getting there. First of all, this should be what we release after the Silent Hero 4. We're gonna try and get it out there as soon as possible. This is the Camp Creek Fire Edition. So the original Camp Creek we've been making for 3 or 4 years, and it's a great hunting knife. Nothing wrong with it at all. Leo loves it, uses it. It was his design. And what he decided to do was make a little bit of changes, make a handle that's got a little bit more, just a little bit more size to it. It's a little bit wider, it's a little bit longer. Same with the blade, a little bit wider, a little bit longer. The tip on the Camp Creek Fire Edition ends up being a little less pointy than the one on the Camp Creek. So depending on what you look for in a hunting knife, you may prefer less of a tip or more of a tip. That might be your deciding factor for the Camp Creeks. Anyway, black G10 underneath of red G10 for the handles, CPM S35 VN steel for the blade. So it's gonna be a great low maintenance hunting knife. This is a good sized hunting knife too. It'll be great for skinning, it'll be great for gutting. You should be able to do just about everything you need to do with this on a hunting trip. Kind of keeping along those same lines. The next two knives are part of a set, and there's actually a third knife that we're working on that will probably be more or less part of this set. We're calling it the Mule Kit. Basically, in Idaho, the vast majority of deer hunting is mule deer, and so that's what we're kind of naming this after is mule deer. So first in the set is a skinner. This would be, again, for guys that are looking more for something that is pointier. You know, like I say, depending on the hunter, some people like the tip, some people don't. But basically, about a 4, maybe 4.5 inch blade on this. We have orange G10 liners as kind of a base, and then black and tan G10 handle on top. So kind of just a great overall looking skinner knife. To go along with that, Leo kind of developed this saw/gut hook piece that should help for if you need to quarter an animal, if you got to cut through some bone to get the animal out of the area that you're in, if you can't carry it all in one move or whatever you're up against. The idea here is that you've got a bone saw and a gut hook separate from the knife. A lot of times when you try to combine them all into one piece, it gets a little bit clunky, it's kind of hard to use. It just doesn't quite work out. So we're known for fixed blades, and so rather than making some kind of folding contraption that's got both things inside of one folder, we figured we'd just make a set. And so that's what you're looking at here. The cool thing about this saw is it's a little bit thinner on the top than it is where the teeth are. That's perfect for cutting through bone. It's great for cutting through wood as well. So this is gonna work very, very well for that. And then also you got a gut hook, so you can help open up the animal with that. These will be sold as a set. They will also be sold separately. So if you want just the saw and the gut hook, not a problem. If you want just the skinner, also not a problem. So those are coming probably right after the Camp Creek. And then just a couple others to show you some other stuff that's coming down the pipe. First of all, I don't think I can mention new stuff this year without mentioning the Steel Eagle 105s. The Steel Eagle 107 was the first knife that Topps ever made. And basically the 105 was a knife that came after. 107 meaning like 7 inches, 105 meaning like 5 inches. Basically the 105 that we have been making for years is a good knife, great knife, there's nothing wrong with it, but it wasn't quite what Leo wanted the Steel Eagle 105 to be. And so this year we decided to make that change and put this out the way it was kind of always envisioned in the first place. So it's the same exact handle as the 107, just a shorter blade. That is the Steel Eagle 105. We're gonna make it with and without the sawback and in the Tanto and the Hunter Point. This little guy is also one that's pretty cool, one that I'm excited about. This one came about because of feedback that we got from a dude that did a lot of undercover work and was always looking for just ways to conceal weapons that would be really hard to identify, or he also used a lot of improvised weapons because sometimes you just can't. If you're undercover, you gotta fit the group, and you know, if you're carrying some of this stuff, sometimes that doesn't work. In the cases where you can, something like this that's slim, lightweight, super concealable, easy to put in a pocket, inside of a shirt, inside the waistband. You know, there's all sorts of ways that this can be hidden on a person. But basically the idea is that it would be like a karambit, but the finger ring is open. So if something happens and you've got to let go of that knife, it's a little easier to get your hand clear of this without it degloving your finger. So that's why the ring on the end is not closed. And then the blade is just kind of a no-nonsense. This is your last ditch. You are in a really bad situation kind of knife. So this is called the Papa Delta PD. It's got a lot of nicknames, but that's what we're going with on this one. It is 1095 with a midnight bronze Cerakote finish. So. And of course, the Sheep Creek, AKA the Dilly Dilly. This was designed by Dylan Waters, who is kind of the main dealer rep here at Topps Knives. It's gonna be a stainless steel blade, micarta handles, tan canvas underneath the green canvas. It's got a cool tread pattern that adds some grip without making it rough. And it's got kind of that classic sheep's foot straight edge design on it. So all of these should be coming in the somewhat near future, definitely this year, and we're gonna have plenty more that we should be able to release before the end of the year, assuming that we can get materials and get things made. So we appreciate all of you guys following us, and especially be on the lookout for the new stuff. It's coming very, very soon. That Silent Hero should hopefully be out in February. So enjoy.